Hello, hello, hello. Eu sou a Teacher Blog, sou a professora de inglês irlandesa. Eu sou uma irlandesa que mora no Brasil, mas estou atualmente de férias aqui na Irlanda, na casa dos meus pais. Hoje eu vou estar ao vivo com meu pai e minha mãe. E vamos ensinar para vocês como fazer Irish Coffe, tá? Café irlandês. Então, meu pai que vai fazer o café, minha mãe que vai provar, e eu vou explicar para vocês as coisas em português. Então, caso que você tenha uma pergunta para meu pai, fique à vontade, pode mandar aqui nos comentários, eu vou responder sua pergunta. E se você gostaria de fazer um Irish Coffe bem legal, daí fica aí, porque hoje a gente vai mostrar a receita e como fazer Irish Coffe. E vamos esperar 5 minutos para a galera entrar aqui na live. Enquanto isso, por favor, me conta de onde você está assistindo nossa live. We're live here from Rathfarnham, Dublin 16 in Ireland. Where are you watching our live today? Da onde você está assistindo nossa live hoje? Então, enquanto estamos esperando a galera entrar, eu vou fazer umas perguntas para meus pais. Okie dokie. So, let's practice. So, first here we have my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very well, Dad. How are you?
Good, good.
So-
Welcome, everybody.
So, guys, we're going to we're going to make an Irish coffee today with my dad. And the first question I'm going to ask my dad while we're waiting for the people to come is, where are you from? What do you do? And how did you learn how to make an Irish coffee?
Well, I'm from Dublin, Ireland, Rathfarnham. I'm a postman, deliver the post in Ireland. I'm a barman in my past trades. And this is how I learned how to make an Irish coffee when I was much younger, of course.
Amazing, Dad. Thanks so much for being here. And we also have my mom here. This is my mom, Michelle. So, Mom, I'm going to share my microphone with you. So, Mom, would you mind telling us your name, where you're from, what you do, and when would be, what do you think of when you think of an Irish coffee?
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm from Rathfarnham in Dublin too. And I work in administration in Dublin Fire Brigades.
Great.
So when I drink an Irish coffee, I think of happy times, good days, and often the winter time because it would be when you'd enjoy it the most.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that you think of Christmas. I think of Christmas when I think of an Irish coffee. Do you think the same?
Same, yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that, because our students are from Brazil, that maybe they don't know is that we don't drink this coffee in the morning time.
No.
It's more of a dessert that we would have.
After dinner, maybe, or
Yes.
later on in the
Special
evening
occasion.
time.
Yeah. It's a nighttime coffee. Okay, okie dokie. So, guys, let's see who's here. I think we have a couple of questions already. So I'm going to ask my dad to explain what we need first for the Irish coffee. So what do we have here, Dad?
We have, first of all, we have the coffee here, hot coffee,
Hot coffee, okay.
sugar,
Sugar,
famous Jameson Irish whiskey,
Jameson Irish whiskey,
and cream.
cream. Okay, let me show you the cream. So, guys, maybe you're not familiar with this cream. Let me show you here. We had bought originally this Irish whipped cream. Então, a gente tinha comprado essa nata já feito, mas meu pai achou melhor fazer o dele. So, my dad thought it was a better idea to make his because that's the way he knows how to make an Irish coffee. So, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, if this is something that you use in Brazil, but here in Ireland, to make whipped cream, right, you show them that. You show them.
You put the liquid cream in, as so, and you have a small attachment to the top inside, and you shake until it thickens up. But it's much easier to spread than that other cream, so it'll go on top nice and easy.
Okay, so this is
Much
our
better.
recommendation for you. Buy the cream, the liquid cream, do you know what I
You
mean?
have to shake.
And whip the cream yourself.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I'm gonna put the thing down for the coffee. Então, enquanto isso, guys, vocês têm alguma pergunta para meus pais? Somebody asked here in the comments how old you both are. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but they're older than me, let's say. Let me see if we have any other questions. Could you tell, how did you prepare the cream briefly? Oh yeah, we already did that because the messages come in a little bit after. We already explained that. So basically, we just shake it in the whipped cream maker. Yeah, he's afraid I'm going to spill it, but I won't. Someone said, lovely. How old are your parents? Hello from Roscommon. Okie dokie. I'm going to, hey family. Hey Tracy Caffrey, hello. And
Hi, Tracy.
Eric said that he loves Jameson whiskey. Okay, so fabulous, Dad. Where do we start?
Well, we're going to start first off. We'll put our measure of whiskey into the glass.
Okay. So we're putting one measure of whiskey, okay? That's a big measure. That's okay. So we're looking here. We have about that much. Now, lads, you have the opportunity. Just pass us that other glass. Então, a gente recomenda que você usa vidro mais reforçado, tá? E não vidro bem fininho. Então, tu vai ver aqui quanto whisky ele botou. Mas tu também pode botar aqui em vaso, em vidro assim, também funciona. É muito comum também ver o Irish Coffe assim. And you'll see mais ou menos a quantidade que ele está usando. Ele usou a shot glass para medir. Okie dokie. So we have our whiskey in there, Dads.
Next, we put a spoonful of sugar in. I have brown sugar here, but you can use white sugar if you prefer white sugar. So to put in 1 spoon of sugar.
1 spoon of sugar. Então temos whisky, temos açúcar. E meu pai explicou no início que ele trabalhava como bartender para muito tempo quando era mais jovem. Então ele tem essa prática de fazer Irish Coffee, mas faz muito tempo que ele não faz.
And next, in goes the coffee.
Então é importante que esse café é quente, tá? Então it's hot coffee that we need to use for this Irish coffee.
As well too, once you put the coffee in, you have to keep your spoon in the glass in case it will stop the glass from breaking, your teaspoon.
Sim, então vamos botar nosso colherzinho dentro do vidro quando estamos botando o café, porque o café está bem quente, para o vidro não quebrar. Okay,
cream is next.
Next is the cream, a nata. So it's whipped cream, guys. Então é creme de leite, mas it's whipped. Então ele usou essa coisinha aqui para fazer. Okay, so he has 2 spoons. Ele tem 2 colheres aqui. And he's putting 1 spoon virado. E daí ele está passando a nata em cima do colher virado para fazer.
It'll spread around evenly, we hope, on the top.
Yeah, a meta é para ele espalhar de uma maneira equilibrada ao redor da bebida. Então, fingers crossed. Okie dokie.
If you wish, you can put a little more cream in, and there you go.
Então pode botar mais nata se quiser. So Dad, will you show us how you did the cream there? Will you do it in a slow motion there? What did you do?
First off, I had the spoon that was in the coffee, which is warm. So when I put the other cream from the fridge that I'm after whipping, it rolls off the hot spoon and goes down. See, hopefully the cream doesn't sink and it stays
at the top.
At the top, that has a lovely white creamy top, which I suppose if it was a pint glass, it would be a pint of Guinness. But this is an Irish coffee. So that's after working out very well.
It did. Então eu vou explicar rapidinho para vocês que ele falou que ele botou o colher dentro do café quente para não quebrar o vidro. Daí ele usou o mesmo colher que estava quente, virado, e daí botou a nata em cima do colher. Então vai caindo do colher quente e entra aqui para manter essas cores diferentes, né? A nata aqui e o café aqui. So Tracy saying, well done, John. Looks delicious.
Now what we have to do, we have to have someone to taste the Irish coffee. And lucky enough, we have Michelle here, who is our Irish coffee taster.
Então minha mãe, que tomou mais Irish coffee do que todo mundo aqui em casa, ela vai provar e dar os reviews dela sobre o Irish coffee.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Great, Dad. So, guys, outra coisa é que eu gosto de mexer tudo para tomar, mas você não precisa também. So I'm saying here, Dad, that you can get the spoon and you can stir it around,
Yeah.
or you leave it like that.
Yeah.
How would you normally drink it?
I would drink it like that.
With leave the cream on top.
A lot of people would leave it this way,
Okay.
but you will have an odd person that just
Well, I
likes to
think,
mix the whole lot down. But it takes the look away from the Irish coffee, really, if you do that.
Yeah, true.
So it's much nicer, I think, that way. And then you have a nice bit of cream at the end.
Do you want to come and taste the Irish coffee, Rod? Agora o Rodrigo tá com o Jack, né? Então ele não tá fazendo parte da live, mas ele vai experimentar também. Come on, Jack.
Hello, guys. Irish coffee.
Oh, delicious. Dá pra
See,
sentir o sabor do whisky, com certeza. Yeah, you can really taste that whiskey.
That's my first time.
Primeira vez, brasileiro tomando Irish coffee feito pelo meu pai. Delicious.
Yeah, it's a cake.
É com certeza irlandês. O whisky tá lá.
Wow.
Ooh,
So what do you think, Rodrigo? How would you score that from
10 out of 10.
10
for
out of
sure.
10?
Really delicious with a cake, but really delicious.
E quando eu falei para o Rodrigo que eu
And
gostei...
like warms you up.
Yeah!
It does.
Sim, você fica mais quente, né? O corpinho fica mais quente depois do whisky, hot coffee and everything like that. E quando eu falei para o Rodrigo que eu queria fazer essa Irish coffee com meus pais, ele realmente não sabia o que era Irish coffee. Rodrigo, what did you think Irish coffee was when I asked you?
I thought it was just coffee with a little bit of whiskey on top. You know,
Oh,
because
você
normally,
sabia do whisky?
yeah, the whiskey, I knew about the whiskey.
Yes,
because
you
like
can't have any.
my grandma would have a little coffee with, and then she would put like cachaça or graspa, which is, you know, a little alcohol beverage on top, just, you know.
And she would call that Irish?
No, she wouldn't.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
what I thought I had in mind. You know, that's what I thought
Okay.
Irish coffee was. But with
Jack
whiskey.
wants to taste a little bit, but he's too young.
Too young.
It's a long way
Yeah,
down the road.
yeah, he has another 18 years,
Yes.
17
no.
years before you can try the Irish coffee. So let's see if we have any comments here. 1 second. Okay, let's see if we have any comments here from anybody that we should respond to. So Guilherme wants to know, is it fresh cream?
Yes.
Yeah, fresh cream. Fresh cream. Meu pai fez aqui. Look, can you see?
For a second.
cream?
I'll get you the pan.
So basically he shakes it, and then he has the whipped cream. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. Yeah, another question about the cream. Okie
I'll
dokie.
show you the part now.
Hi, Alana. Então, a galera, agora eu vou abrir para perguntas. Se alguém tem alguma pergunta para meu pai ou minha mãe, so anybody has any questions for my dad or my mom, you can ask away. Now is the time.
No.
Maybe you can ask them some questions about tradition, parties.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Can't buy them.
Yeah, no, but just
Okay, so my mom's saying, minha mãe tá falando aqui que não dá para comprar essa coisa mais, mas there's going to be an alternative available for whipping the cream.
you can whip the cream, you know,
With a hand
with a
blender.
hand.
Yeah.
So David Halpin wants to know, how come John never made me an Irish coffee?
I didn't think David liked Irish coffees now. And I might have had all of them myself at that stage.
So we have something, já tomei cage com whisky para tosse. What is cage? I'm not sure what that is, but someone's saying that they drank whiskey for a bad cough.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
A hot whiskey.
A
probably would be
hot
what would
whiskey.
have. Hot whiskey
Yeah.
would be another, but it would be, you know, there would be no cream in it, obviously. Yeah. So
Okay, so I'm going to ask my mom this question. Where's my microphone? I'm going to ask my mom this question, okay? So if you were feeling sick on a cold winter's night, how might whiskey help you feel better? No, like of course that's not the question that I meant. I meant to say, like what would you make with whiskey to help you feel better? Look at the camera.
you could make it hot whiskey. So you would make that with hot water, whiskey, and sugar, and cloves. The cloves kind of help you breathe,
And a slice of lemon.
and a slice of lemon, and it's pretty delicious as well.
So, yeah, so it's delicious. Você se esquenta. Cocktail para melhorar essa gripe. hot coffee. So it's a hot whiskey. So we have whisky com água quente, com cravo, com limão e açúcar. Isso é um remédio para um tossezinho aqui na Irlanda. Olha, eu não concordo com esse remédio porque, né, eu acho que você vai sentir pior depois do whisky, mas não falei isso para os irlandeses, tá? Ok, já tomei café com whisky para tosse. Okay. He said, Cage, he said he already drank coffee with whiskey when he had a cough and it was great. Excellent. Someone said that there's another... In Brazil, you have cachaça, honey, and lemon for a cough. Did you know that one?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So we're thinking great minds think alike here with the.
Oh, it is, and the honey is very soothing then for the throat as well in that instance.
Yeah, and another one now for my dad. So, Dad, I know you don't drink whiskey, but what would be the best whiskey? You worked as a barman, and you've drank some whiskey in your time.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to be biased and say Jameson whiskey is the best.
Ooh, this is not an ad. This is not an ad.
This is not an ad, but I would prefer Jameson whiskey. There's plenty of whiskies worldwide, but I think for me, Jameson is the best.
So somebody's saying, is this exclusively from Ireland, this type of drink? I think you'd find this on anywhere, on a menu, but it would be called an Irish coffee. Eu acredito que você vai encontrar essa bebida ao redor do mundo, mas o nome é Irish Coffe.
They probably use different whiskies of whatever country you're in. You know, and it worked the same way, but not as good, obviously.
Yeah, not as nice as my dad's Irish coffee. That's a great one. Tracy saying cloves and whiskey. Cloves and whiskey! Woo! Yeah, great, cool.
Oh, very good, yes.
Super. Thank you very much, Dad. And Dad,
You're welcome.
If you were to think of another drink that might warm you up in the winter months, what drink would you recommend for the guys?
Well, it's the same thing. It has to be something warm and hot. And another favourite of mine was brandy. Brandy coffee. So it's the same thing, only that you have brandy in it. Back again, Hennessy brandy.
Hennessy brandy. So that would be a French coffee, would it?
It would be it's called a French coffee. If you don't like whiskey, you can put brandy into exactly the same make. And it would be called a French coffee.
Yeah, delicious. And Ma'am, Alana's actually after saying it, but I was going to ask you, one of the followers today asked about Bailey's coffee. So what's the difference between an Irish coffee and a Bailey's coffee? Do you know? Look at the camera.
Well, I think the Irish is a whiskey. Bailey's is more just cream and that in Bailey's. So you don't really need a whiskey.
No, it would be smoother.
And it wouldn't be nice, much smoother.
Much smoother and more like, I would think, near a dessert.
Yes,
more so than, you know.
Yeah, and would a Bailey's coffee be Bailey's cream or would it actually be coffee and Bailey's? I don't know.
It would be coffee with a measurement of Bailey's in it.
Okay. So it's like having coffee with milk except having a Bailey's instead.
Yeah, but it would be on the lines of the Irish coffee, but you'd put Bailey's in.
Okay. Hold on, we have this one. Wonderful that you brought your parents. You are probably an excellent daughter. Your family is beautiful. Congratulations. Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, that was for me or Lahi?
Am I an excellent daughter?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Three excellent daughters.
Three excellent daughters, yeah. And I have two excellent sisters, Kira and Alana. Kira hasn't done a live with us yet, but Alana has. So we need to recruit Kira for the next lives as well. Yeah. Great, fabulous. And let me think of some more questions that we might ask that the students might want to know. Okay, ma'am, if you were to think of one Irish meal, a food, something that Irish people eat that you have to try, if you come to Ireland, you have to try, what would you recommend?
I would probably say bacon and cabbage, but it would be very different. It would be very different from what anyone would have in Brazil, but it's quite tasty.
So what's bacon and cabbage?
It would be like ham, boiled, and the cabbage would be similar to, I don't know, what would you have in Brazil that would be the same as cabbage? Would be like maybe
Brazil, they have cabbages.
They have cabbage as well.
Green.
And we would always have it with mashed potatoes.
Okay, so pork, mashed potatoes, and cabbage. It's a very common Irish meal. And then we would have brown sauce, or would you have gravy?
I prefer gravy, but I would like gravy.
Brown sauce for me.
Brown sauce. I like brown sauce on a bacon, cabbage, and potatoes as well. And Dad, if there was something that every Brazilian should try while they're here in Ireland, what would you recommend?
Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Fish and chips,
Yeah.
definitely, which you would have the same in Brazil, I'm sure, is beautiful. But fish and chips, fresh, is very, very tasty.
It is. I agree. And my cousin Tracy's here in the comments. She's saying it would be a stew for me. So, Dad, what's a stew?
Well, a stew, you would have, starting off, you'd have beef chopped up into cubes, water, potatoes, and whatever vegetables that you like. And you might have soup in it as well.
Stock cubes.
And
Stock cubes, yeah.
stock cubes.
And all kinds of herbs and maybe tomato
Seasonings,
puree. It's just to flavour it as such. And we always put
cooked for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's a slow cook.
Yeah. We would always put red lentils into picking it. I know
Red lentils. I don't think that's the original Irish recipe. Oh, red lentils.
Yeah.
We love it.
Have to work on what you like eventually.
And then David Halpin here in the comment section said a coddle. So, Ma'am, what is a coddle? Please, if you wouldn't mind explaining to our followers. They're there on the telly.
Okay, a coddle is based water with sausages, rashers, chopped up with onions and potatoes. I like carrots in it as well, but not always. Not everybody has carrots in it, and that would be called a coddle.
Dublin.
Yeah, so it's a soup, yeah? It's not just
Oh, it is.
water, it's
No,
it's a
it
soup,
is.
yeah.
It's
It's
stew
boiled,
kind
yeah.
of,
Yeah. Yeah, great,
Yes,
cool.
it's very, very
So a
good.
stew, a beef stew, a coddle, which is a soup that comes with sausages. Mom said that she would recommend, I can't remember what you said.
Bacon and cabbage.
Bacon and cabbage, and Dad said he would recommend fish and chips. And now we'll ask Rodrigo. Rodrigo, if you come over here and tell us what was the best food that you ate here in Ireland since the beginning of your stay.
No pressure.
No pressure.
If he says pizza, he's dead.
Now Jack and Rodrigo are here to answer these questions. The best food we've eaten in Ireland since we got here.
This time,
Yeah,
I think we had some pulled pork.
yeah.
That was very, very tasty.
Pulled
Very
pork.
good.
Pulled pork. Yeah, my sister made pulled pork in the oven. She made in the slow cooker. It was delicious. Yeah, that was very nice actually.
Yeah.
And Mom, you bought the meat. Where was the pulled pork meat from? It was already seasoned.
Centra.
Centra or Super Value, they said earlier. Okay, great, fabulous. Eu vou falar a verdade que a melhor comida que eu comi aqui na Irlanda foi feito por brasileiro, mas eu não vou falar isso aqui em inglês. Mas a gente comeu muito bem aqui na Irlanda desde que chegamos. Mas eu acho que a melhor refeição foi uma comida de uma mulher de Bahia. Meu Deus! A comida dela foi incrível, maravilhosa. Então, isso foi minha comida favorita aqui na Irlanda. So, guys, we're going to finish up our live. Vamos terminar agora nossa live. Agora você está sabendo como fazer Irish coffee. Now you know exactly how to make an Irish coffee. Então, caso que você gostaria de botar em prática seu Irish Coffee, por favor, me marque aqui, @teacherblog, porque eu também quero ver como fica essa receita para vocês. So I'm saying here that if the guys try to do an Irish coffee at home, to tag me in the video, because I'd love to see how the result is.
Yeah, yes.
The recipe from my dad, John Nugent, and our professional taster here, Michelle Nugent. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us today in the live. It was an absolute pleasure. Eu sou sua professora de inglês, Teacher Blah, e semana que vem temos mais. See you later, alligator guys.
Ciao.
Thank you very much. Hold on, I just have to come around and say goodbye over here. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later, alligators. Oh, let's not go now.